What's up, guys? I'm LQ. This is the LQ Review. Thank you so much for joining me here at my YouTube channel. This is where I talk about all the geeky, nerdy stuff that I love to talk about. Movies, video games, comic books, and TV shows. And guys, I saw 3 movies this weekend. I saw Raya and the Last Dragon. I saw Coming to America Part 2. And I saw Boss Level. I haven't seen Chaos Walking yet, although it's on my list. So, Raya and the Last Dragon, Coming to America 2, and Boss Level. Boss Level is a new Hulu original action movie. And I would have never guessed, a week ago, I would have never guessed that Boss Level would have been the movie I had the most fun with. And it absolutely was. I had a blast with this movie. Now, Raya and the Last Dragon is probably, objectively, technically the better movie. The better made movie. And it's definitely going to be more appealing to a mass audience. But for me, I had the most fun with Boss Level. This was a very well-made action movie. Very fun. Very funny. Lots of very well choreographed action. Almost, not quite, but almost to the level of the John Wick movies. And just a blast of a movie. So it stars Frank Grillo as Roy Pulver, who is in a Groundhog Day scenario. Yes, this is a Groundhog Day movie, where he wakes up every morning with assassins in his room. So he wakes up every morning and the assassins are in his room and they're trying to kill him. And every morning he has to fight off the assassins and then he has to run. And he usually doesn't make it too far on the run because this is an army of assassins coming at him. And at one point, at one point in the movie, he never made it past like 12:47 in 12:47 p.m. He never made it past then. He always died by then. But then, as he starts getting deeper into what's going on, as he starts learning more about what's happening, he makes it past 12:47. He makes it further, then he makes it further, and he makes it further, to the point where finally he is taking on the bosses, which is, it's great. Will Sasso is one of the bosses that he has to take on in this movie. Very funny, but definitely convincing as a tough guy. And then obviously the big bad guy of this movie is Mel Gibson. I love that Mel Gibson has reinvented himself as a villain. He does such a great job as a villain in these movies. He was great in Fat Man. He wasn't a villain in that movie, but he was great. But you think back to like the Expendables 3. He's definitely reinvented himself with this little bit of a harder, more cynical edge. So, yeah, there's a lot of gory violence in this movie, but it almost feels like a video game. And in fact, it's structured a lot like a video game. And in fact, there's a lot of video game references, even to the title Boss Level. Although it's not really a video game. It's not like he's stuck in a video game. And I thought that's where they was going to go with it for a while. But that's not really what it is. It really is kind of a Groundhog Day scenario where he's living the same thing over and over and over again. Which this has seen a bit of a revival, right? Like the Happy Death Day movies. I love the Happy Death Day movies. Palm Springs. I loved Palm Springs. And now Boss Level. I love Boss Level. For whatever reason, they figured out how to do these Groundhog Day movies and do them well. I had a blast with this movie. Like I said, action, great, top-notch, very funny, fast-paced, and it almost felt like a Deadpool-type movie in the way that it presented the action and the way it presented the comedy. It was very cynical, very hard-hitting, but at the same time, very easy to watch. At no point in the movie did I feel dirty, or did I feel like, oh, I'm depressed, because it was very upbeat. And they approached it all in a very fun and funny way. Even a potential apocalypse that was caused by what's going on here was handled in a very fun way. There's a sweet story between him and his son, who he is, I won't say estranged, but his son doesn't know that he's the dad. There's a very sweet story there where he gets to live life, he gets to live the day over and over and over again, and gets to know his son better. But yeah, every day he ends up dying at the end. and he wakes up with a group of assassins in his room. So like I said, very fast paced, very fun, very funny, and this was definitely a surprise movie for me. Very surprised by this. Frank Grillo gives a great performance. Mel Gibson does what he does. Naomi Watts is in this as Frank Grillo's love interest, and again, she's wonderful. She's kind of the one that caused this whole thing to go down. So she's a scientist that kind of made an oopsie. Wouldn't even say it was an oopsie. It was intentional. But she had a reason for making that intentional oopsie. And just a great supporting cast as well, including Ken Jeong, who's in everything right now. Just a lot of fun, and I definitely recommend, if you have Hulu, check out Boss Level. I don't think you'll be disappointed, especially if you're into like Deadpool type movies or John Wick type movies. This definitely feels like that. So I give this an A-. I really liked it a lot. I thought it was fantastic. So that's just my take on it, though. What did you think of Boss Level? Let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear your take on it. Love to have a conversation about it. While you're down there, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I put out a lot of content, and I want to make sure that you're up to date with everything that I'm doing. And as always, thank you so much for joining me right here at the LQ Review, where we get to talk about all the geeky, nerdy stuff that we love to talk about. And until next time, we'll see you later.